In 2021, I was starting to get really pissed off with my inability to break bad habits and develop good ones. This has been a trend for everything in my life I wanted to turn into a habit. Going to the gym to put on muscle, eating healthy, they were all kind of like smoke in the air to me. It stays for a while, but soon enough, it fades away and it's like it was never there. I would always give up on every single habit and I couldn't figure out why this was happening. And let's not get into the porn usage. Every week was the welcoming of another failed habit that I just couldn't stick to. And I really fucking tried, alright? And it really started to get me down. I just couldn't figure out how to make things stick. How do I bloody do it? Well, in 2023, coming off the back of very self-destructive habits for nearly 2 years, the porn, the sugar, all of that, I got very large. I finally discovered this concept that you saw in the thumbnail that is easy to follow, sick to look at, and most importantly, is a habit building system that not only makes building habits feel so addictive, but it makes it feel almost impossible not to stick to them. And if I could actually go back in time and show my younger self who was struggling, with everything, this habit building system, I think he would first of all feel really stupid because how could he not figure this out himself? But I also think he would never struggle with good or bad habits again. So what is this system? I would like to introduce to you the very aesthetic, very beautiful habit trackers. Habit trackers are a way to visually track your progress in any habit, sort of kind of like a checklist, imagine it like that. And I've split my different types of habit trackers into 2 separate incarnations. You may have even heard of habit tracking, but not this type of habit tracking, alright? And at the end of this video, you will probably think, why the bloody hell didn't I do this sooner? Let's take a look at this first habit tracker. Why to use it, how to build it, and the secret sticky power it possesses. Alright, pause. The single tracker. No, he's not a bachelor, alright? This single habit tracker is designed for beginners. Probably you, who have never tracked a habit before and don't even know why they should. This was the first ever habit tracker I made and used about 1 year ago now in June, and it was specifically for just one habit. Wake up on time at 8 AM. See, around this time in my life, I'd been waking up around 2 PM, bloody hell, on average for about a bloody year. And you're probably experiencing this to some extent maybe. The absolute shame I used to feel when I would tell myself the night before to wake up earlier, and then the next morning, I'd feel like I was hit with shell shock, so I'd still sleep in, and I'd still wake up after 2 PM. It was honestly a nightmare, bit of a nightmare. But after learning about the concept of a habit tracker from a book called The Compound Effect, I decided to draw one up myself and just give it a go. What did I have to lose? And how did it go? Okay, trust me when I'm saying this. The next morning, like clockwork, I got up at 8 AM, much to the shock of myself, and this sounds like I'm chatting shit. Oh, Kian, how can a shitty little piece of paper force you to wake up on time? I get you, because I would have felt the same way before I tried this for the first time. But I really did, and I continued to wake up when I said I would for the rest of the year. Like clockwork, every day, 8 AM, and then I brought it down to 6 AM, and then 5 AM. This just wasn't me, but I could do it now. And the same went for going to the gym every day. The only way I can begin to describe the absolute powerful and sticky feeling you get from using this and every type of tracker I'm going to show you is by comparing it to my favourite Call of Duty multiplayer, right? Black Ops 2. I was 11 years old when this multiplayer released.
Have you not heard of any one of my friends here?
Get ready to get destroyed! Oh no. Please! This game was bloody addicting, and a lot of that came down to the addictive leveling up system, the camo challenges to unlock gold guns. I don't know how to fully explain it, but there was something so satisfying about ending one of the multiplayer matches and then looking at your post-match unlocks or XP or some shit and seeing it rise, seeing you beat a challenge, seeing the camo you just unlocked. And this is exactly how my brain feels at 22 years old right now when I see my habit tracker. The positive reinforcement you get when you complete a task, you tick it off on your tracker, and then you look at that piece of paper is the equivalent to me and the other boys I've worked with to unlocking a new camo or leveling up on a video game. And on top of this, if you get across that you have to put on your tracker, it's kind of like having a friend laugh in your face because you're pathetic. Sticking to habits becomes such a real, tangible competition with yourself because you can no longer run from the truth. You can't hide your lack of discipline inside of your head. and it's so addicting. So how do we set up this habit tracker and every other tracker I'm going to share with you? We take a piece of paper, any size, and we draw 3 lines of boxes. However many we can fit on the page will differ. All right? Mine is about 36 usually. We write at the top the one habit we want to stick to as a beginner, and then we stick it on the wall or somewhere visible where we won't forget it, in our bedroom. The next day or today, you do that habit, even if it's for like a bare minimum amount of time. And then once you tick off that first box, you tell me just how amazing it feels. But what if you're more advanced than this? Don't lie to yourself, right? If you're new to all this, I recommend sticking to just this tracker for now. But if you've been doing this for a while and you've seen how much your life has transformed, then I'm about to walk you through the advanced tracker I've been using for the last 6 months now. And I think this system is so powerful that it should be literally taught in schools or some shit. You grab a piece of paper and then you decide what area of focus you'd like to have for the next 1 to 3 months. I personally can't go more than 2 months because I go a bit insane, alright? You might be better than me. It could be focusing on money or fitness or relationships. You then ask yourself, who do I have to become to achieve the goals I want in the next couple months? Then you divide this guy into a list of habits that they need to do on a daily basis to achieve the goals you want. List out the main habits you want to do every day, between like 3 and 10. Write them down at the top, and then every day, like a checklist, you tick off or cross these habits. This gets real results, mate. This is my favourite thing I've ever discovered. It's so easy to do, so bloody fun, and really gives me a visual representation of the direction my life is going in. I no longer have to guess if I'm becoming the person I want to be, because I can see it on my tracker. I'm so surprised that not more people do this shit, right? I did not know this existed until a year ago, and I suffered so much because I still stuck with all this, willpower. Oh, I'm just going to brute force it for the next month. No wanking, whatever. I don't know anyone else in my real life that does this either. Yet it's so powerful. I'm so grateful that I've managed to introduce this system to a bunch of guys like me, because it's sick seeing more people benefit from this system. But now what? Alright, we're not here to wank ourselves off. We're here to get bloody results. If you want to truly benefit from this video, look at the picture on screen, alright, it's on there now. Copy this onto a piece of paper. It's most effective on paper. I don't use like Notion or whatever that other shit is. Choose one habit you want to start and then stick it on your wall. And I have made a free 1-hour course on habit tracking. That is the first link down below if you do want to dive deeper into this miracle habit system, and I don't even say that lightly. So click the link below if you want to see the full course for free. Alright, chicken drumstick.